So today we'll start our advertising and brand management subject. Start straight away jump into the concept of advertising. We'll try to learn about what is advertising actually and the dictionary meaning of it and what did the some famous marketers have said about advertising.
Sure, you're
Also,
not
we'll see
audible.
advertising and request everyone to change the DP to your pick. A bus size pic of yours will be helping us. Oh, just a second.
Hope I'm audible now. Yeah, sorry, it was on mute. Yeah. So, so do just a minute, guys.
Yes. Hope I'm audible now. Yeah. Thank you so much. Yeah. So straight away jump into a topic of advertisement. We'll try to learn about the meaning and what are the objectives of advertising as such in on a theory basis. So I'll not be going through a particular uh, PPT, but just like a PPT, I'll have the handouts with you. So we'll have everything along with the content, along with the side headings. We'll have everything. It'll be easy for me and also to teach you right from here. Just a second, guys. My laptop is not listening to me. Are you able to see the Word document?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah. Just a second. It's, yeah, yeah. So the first topic we have is advertising. We'll try to learn about the concept and the objectives today. So, so when you talk about advertising, you have been hearing about advertising since we have been hearing about it since our childhood. It is something we see about a particular product or a brand, and we try to get some information about the product or the brand, and then we may, if we like the product, we are going to purchase it. So that's how we have been tuned to advertisements since our childhood. We really like some of the really good ads that come up, and advertisements are there everywhere, right from on the television, on the radio, on outdoor, in the newspapers, outdoor hoardings, everywhere. Various creative ways have come up in where people come up and advertise their products. So what does advertising actually mean? It comes from a Latin word which is advertere, which means to turn into, attention to turn into. Adverter in Latin is something, turn your attention towards a specific thing. So when you talk about advertising, we are moving our attention to a specific thing, that is a product or a service that is being given by a company. So what is the actual meaning that for advertising? According to the American Marketing Association, that is called as the AMA, it says that advertising is a paid form of non-personal presentation and promotion of ideas, goods, and services by an identified sponsor. So let's break this particular definition. It's a any paid form. So what do you mean by a paid form? Someone can answer. Unmute and someone can answer. What do you mean by a paid form? Yes, anyone?
Something in order which is paid. Something which is paid.
Yeah. So we pay to whom?
We pay to the ad agencies.
Yeah. So the what do you mean to say is the company pays to the ad agencies.
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay, so company pays to the agencies, and ad agencies on behalf of the companies place their ads in the various medias, isn't it? Various media.
Yes, yes, sir.
Yeah. So actually here company does not pay to the ad agency, but it pays directly to the media, and the ad agency takes a cut. That is called as a commission. So that's how they normally earn, ad agencies. It's not something where the company pays to the ad agency and ad agency again pays to the media. Directly, the company pays to the media, and whatever the transaction value is there, that ad agency will take a cut. And sometimes for creating various ads, ad agencies charge a particular amount from a particular company. So it's a paid form. It's not coming for free. Uh, Earlier in your first year, you learned about promotion mix. Remember anyone? Promotion mix. Promotion mix has 5 dimensions. One is advertising, one is sales promotion, one is personal selling, one is direct marketing, and another one is public relations. So when you're talking about public relations, heard about the term public relations, PR? You hear a lot about PR agencies nowadays. The PR of a particular company, the PR team of a particular celebrity that is there. So we talk and hear a lot about the PR, that is public relations. Public relations, how different is advertising from public relations? Public relations is something, it's a non-paid form. Remember, public relations is a not paid form. You do not pay for something that has to be presented in a particular way. That is public relations. For example, a company introduces a product, a company announces dividends, the company announces the quarterly results of last year. That information is sent to a media outlet, and that media outlet will run a story on it. For example, XYZ company ropes in Amitabh Bachchan as its brand ambassador. So what will the company do? They give this particular news to a media outlet, and the media outlet will run it as an article rather than an advertisement. So that is the difference between an advertisement and a PR. So advertisement is a paid form of non-personal communication. What do you mean by non-personal communication? Definitely, which is not in person. That is wherein a company is there, company wants to sell its products. For example, let's say in case of Boost drink that is there. So who normally is endorsing Boost right now? Anyone can answer. Please unmute and answer. Who's endorsing Boost right now?
Virat Kohli.
Yes, Virat Kohli. Normally, the trend of Boost is that they pick up the biggest cricketer in India at a particular time, and they rope in them as a brand ambassador, and ads are shown where Virat Kohli is endorsing the brand. But do we see the Boost CEO or the managing director, any of the directors coming in and explaining about the ad? No, it's not personal, isn't it? It's a non-personal, where a graphical representation is shown of a particular product. When you see some poster ads, you see a graphical representation where the person is not coming, the company is not coming and directly telling about the product to you. So that is a non-personal communication. Can you give any example wherein the company's CEO or the company's managing director or any of the directors come and endorse a product? Can anyone think of an example? Anyone?
Byju's
Lalita
in
Chowdhury.
recent days, sir.
Byju's in recent days, where you see the
Yeah.
YouTube ads where directly the founder comes and
Yes,
talks
yes.
about Byju's.
Yes, he
Okay,
was doing it.
Sir,
very good.
Trivago, sir.
17. We have Lalita Jewelers, row number 17. Very good, isn't it? He's famous everywhere. If we see him, we remember as the Lalita Jewelers. Yes, someone was talking. Six, row number
Sir,
6.
Trivago, sir. Trivago.
Trivago, yes, I was expecting this answer. I was waiting for this answer. Trivago also. He is one of the executives of Trivago, that particular guy who comes on. Have you ever heard of Country Club? Have you seen any Country Club ads? Country Club ads. Rajiv Reddy, the founder of Country Club, he normally comes up and on the hoarding or the posting, he is the one who endorses the products like a brand ambassador. So that's about paid form of non-personal communication. So what does the company wants to sell? And promotion of ideas, goods, and services. So what are the companies are selling? They are selling an idea, they're selling a goods or a service. Goods are nothing but products and services by an identified sponsor. Identified sponsor is someone we recognize. Where normally big companies do it on the television because of the huge ad spends that they do, and smaller companies they try to do it in newspapers or local TV channels. So remember this particular definition. Advertising is any paid form of non-personal presentation on promotion of ideas, goods, and services by an identified sponsor. So advertisements are designed to target a group of customers rather than individuals. Do we see an advertisement targeting only particular single individual or a group of individuals or little group of individuals? Do we see that? Anyone there?
No, no, sir, no.
No, right? We
No.
see advertising is something that is used as a mass marketing tool where it is targeting a whole set of customers, a group of customers. When you are sending a newspaper, when you're having your ad in a newspaper, Yes, there are different newspapers, regional newspapers, English newspapers, business newspapers, something that are there. So where are you placing your ad in the newspaper? So when you're placing an ad in newspaper, any person of any age group, of any gender, from any place can see the ad, isn't it? That is mass marketing. It's not that when you're placing a newspaper ad, only the age group of 20 to 30 are going to see the news, that particular ad. Does that happen? Yes, does that happen? Where we are trying to sell a newspaper? No.
No, no,
So
sir.
it's mass marketing. When you see a hoarding, when someone puts up a hoarding outside, outdoor media, that hoarding can be watched by anyone, even a 5-year-old kid to a 50-year-old woman. Anyone can see a particular ad that might be targeting only for some set of customers. So advertising are designed to target a group of customers, normally into mass marketing. So how does advertising help? It helps to increase the sales, enhance brand value, inform the customers about new products, educate them about the product features. We'll see all this in the objectives. So what are the objective of an advertisement? What does an advertisement really do? All this will be covered in objectives. So features of advertising. So what are the features? As I told you, that's a paid form. Advertising is never free of cost. Something that I've gone through while explaining the definition. So that the scale of the payment, what is the amount that for each ad depends upon the media circulation, the size, the place. In newspapers, if you are limiting only to Hyderabad, one particular price. If you're extending all over Telangana, one price. All over country, different price. The different types of media. If you're into television, the prime time will fetch higher ad revenue, higher price for IPL. In India right now, ad for an IPL, ad during an IPL match, it's the highest. It beats all records of everywhere. Do you know which is the highest show in USA that attracts, which is really expensive to put an ad? Anyone? In USA, a particular one day phenomena is there, where it's a sporting event that happens in US.
NFL, sir. Super Bowl.
NFL Super Bowl. Perfect. Very good. Where NFL Super Bowl is the final of the Super Bowl. Final is called as this Super Bowl of the NFL League that happens annually in US. And that particular Super Bowl is watched by millions of Americans, and the ad spend for that particular Super Bowl ads are humongous. What happens in the next day of Super Bowl? Everyone starts discussing about the advertisements. Specific ads are created for that particular night of a Super Bowl. So that's how it there. It's advertising happens everywhere. Depends upon the size and the reach of the consumers. The pricing changes. Non-person, as I tell you, there's no it does not have a face to contact with the buyers. Remember, in direct marketing, there is a face-to-face contact. Direct marketing is something where a salesperson is coming and talking to us about the product, where you're directly interacting with the customer. But in advertising, you're not having a face-to-face contact. It's only through some point of media where we are seeing a particular advertisement. Do you know, advertisement has one instance of face-to-face contact in rural areas? Do you know how advertising used to happen in rural areas, remote villages that are there? It's not that the televisions are there in everywhere across the villages and remote areas, right? Right now it might be there, but we're talking about 60s, 70s, 80s. Only few people used to have televisions, and everyone used to come together and watch at that particular place. So how did the companies went and target the villages? Anyone has an idea about this?
They used to give demos of the product.
Demos of the product. Demos of the product is something called as sales promotion. Okay. Apart from that, I'm looking for something else. Yeah. So companies used to rope in. Yeah. Someone wants to talk?
Hello, sir. Can you
Yeah.
hear
Yeah.
me?
Yeah. Yeah. Ma.
Yeah, sir. There will be one person who will be sounding the drums and informing all the persons.
Yeah, that is one kind of an announcement that's normally done. Or normally they used to have auto rickshaws and keep the announcement saying that, this particular product has come up or something like that. More than this, advertisers used to rope in drama artists, and they used to explain what enactment of the ad used to be done in remote villages. So what happens normally, in one the advertisers, the company gets into one particular under a one big tree, under a shade where all the villages get together. So what do the advertisers do? They normally advertise. They do an enact a role play, because villagers are illiterates. They cannot read or understand. If the newspaper is there, they cannot understand what is it. So what do? They used to enact role plays, and villagers used to get excited by role plays because they do not have entertainment and do not have any kind of entertainment. So what do the advertisers used to do? They used to go every village, where the villagers get together, make an announcement at this particular time they're having a kind of a role play, and they used to show the products, enact a role play, then show the products and try to sell the products to the villagers. That's how it used to happen. So that was a kind of a face-to-face contact. Apart from that, advertisements do not have a face-to-face contact. It is a non-personal salesmanship. Next is promotion of ideas. It's not only the promotion of goods and services, but also it's an ideas. So it's not only about a particular selling a product or selling a service, it's also about an ideas that the advertisers try to sell. I told you identified sponsor, influence buyers behavior. It tries to influence the buyer's behavior. It tries to influence, to tell the buyer or the customer that, i am a I am a really good product, please try me, please buy me and check how am I. Then the buyer might get influenced because of the various reasons. The buyer might I might get influenced by the price, by the quality, by the packaging, by the color, by the brand ambassador. It might be so many reasons. I might like just one particular sportsman or an actor or an actress. Just because they're endorsing a brand, I might just pick up that particular brand. One of my friends is a huge Ritik fan. Whatever Ritik endorses, he also purchases all the products of Ritik. So that's how it influences the buyer's behavior. It influences the attitudes and behavior. Elements of the marketing mix. Remember, it's one element of marketing mix. Remember, what are the 4 P's of marketing mix? Anyone? Remember, marketing mix had 4 P's. What are there?
Product, price, place, promotion.
Yeah, product, price, place, promotion. So where does advertising fit in the 4 P's?
Promotion.
Promotion, isn't it? So we are trying to promote our products. So it's an element of marketing mix. And as I told you, it's another element of promotion mix. Is one of the elements of a promotion mix. So let's now see what are the objectives in advertisement. What does an advertisement really wants to do? So what are the main objectives? Introduce a product. Whenever a new product is being launched by a company, so the company would want to create an advertisement or create an ad and try to sell the product to the customers, just to tell, we have launched a new product, please go and check it, or whatever it is. They're just making an announcement they have come up with a new product. So examples for this, as you all know, whenever there's the latest phone in the market, iPhone or a OnePlus or a Samsung, they try to sell that, a new product is being launched. Recently, OnePlus launched its Nord Nord phones, Nord brand of phones. So they try to come up various as but introducing a product. That is one kind of one objectives. For example, this one I've taken is Maruti Suzuki. They've launched XL6 last year. So this is kind of a introduction. See, we invite you to the launch of XL6, and they are visiting the customers to come to see the launch of XL6 that is going to happen. So it's kind of a advertisement announcing the introduction of a brand in the city, that is Pune, and also they're inviting them for the launch of the product. So that's how introducing a new product, to tell the customers that they are launching a new product. Introduce a brand. It's not only about a product, but introduce a brand introduce a brand to a particular market. So, have you heard about the brand of Annapurna? Who owns Annapurna brand? Anyone? Who owns Annapurna brand? Okay, Annapurna. What does Annapurna brand has? Did you hear the term Annapurna? Hello, anyone there? You can unmute and talk. You can just tell yes or no. Have you heard about Annapurna? No, you haven't heard. Annapurna Atta? Now it clicks. Now it clicks for you. Yes, Annapurna Atta. Annapurna Atta is yes, Annapurna Atta flour that is owned by ITC. When ITC entered into the organized flour, remember during our childhood, we never used to get a branded atta into our homes. What did our mothers or grandmothers used to do? They used to get the wheat. They used to get the wheat into a machine, and we used to get the flour by the nearby place where you get they convert into a wheat into flour. So, but at that point of time, Annapurna entered into the organized flour market, and it introduced Annapurna Atta. And as you all know, Annapurna Atta is the most used atta in Indian households nowadays. So it is I was talking about ITC coming up with a product and introducing a brand that is Atta, Annapurna Atta. Heard about the brand Sunfeast? Okay, Ashirwad Atta or Annapurna Atta? Ashirwad Atta. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, it's Ashirwad Atta, right? Sorry, I'm sorry. Yeah, Annapurna is something else. Yeah, it's Ashirwad Atta. Yeah, ITC. And heard about this brand Sunfeast? Sunfeast is owned by which company again? ITC, isn't it? Yeah, so ITC owns Sunfeast, and Sunfeast has which brand? Sunfeast is a brand of which product? Please respond.
Biscuits.
You can message in the chat
Biscuits,
box
sir.
or biscuits. Yes, Sunfeast biscuits that are there. So introduce a brand into the market. So that's where advertising is used. I've taken here the example. So when normally what happens many a time when a brand enters into a new territory, maybe into a new city or a new country or a new state, they try to advertise it, saying that we have introduced this new brand. This product is into in your city. Swiggy first started as a small company in Bangalore. Bangalore was the first city that they started in. Then they moved on to Hyderabad. So when they moved into Hyderabad, they started advertising that no, Swiggy is now in Hyderabad. That is the same way with this particular product, Dunzo. As you can see on the screen, you know what is Dunzo, right? The a startup that helps you. That's a pick and drop service that really helps you in picking up and dropping any kind of product that you want inside a city limits. So when they came into Hyderabad, they launched this particular advertising campaign. Your friend wants to send you biryani. They can always dunzo it. So at the background, you can see a particular uh, architecture, Hyderabad Mughal architecture. There's Hyderabad architecture. At the right side, Hyderabad, you get Kirak Manchis at 2 a.m. Kirak is something, the slang that we use in Hyderabad. And we'll seek it out for you, Dunzo in Hyderabad. So they try to introduce a brand by saying that Dunzo has come to Hyderabad and you can always use a service. Awareness creation. Awareness creation is something advertisement is used to create an awareness for a particular product or a service. Uh, Examples that I've taken here is about a particular uh, IDFC First Bank. They were trying to create a awareness campaign saying that, we are giving 7% interest on saving banks account. 7% interest for saving banks accounts is really huge. When IDFC launched this in last year, till that point of time, the highest rate for savings bank interest was 6%. That is given by Kotak. Normally, all other banks give only 3 to 4%. SBI gives only 4%. So they try to increase the sales, get more bank accounts by coming up by saying that, creating an awareness, saying that, we are giving 7%. In the same way, most of the banks, they try to say, what are the benefits on the credit and debit cards? Some might say there is no AMC, some might say there is no interest on EMI. So many things that are there. They try to create an awareness, making them that what are the products, the features that are available in the market. Next, acquiring customers or brand switching. One objective of advertising is make sure the customer is already using one particular product and you want the customer to switch to your product. That's a huge challenge for an advertiser because the customer might be really happy with the product that is there, but he wants to switch. You want to make him switch to a new to your brand. That would be so tough for you, for a company. Normally, what happens in most of the more, what are the products that we normally use that we do not try to change at all? Name some products. Anyone? Name some products where we use it daily and we do not think of changing it at all, changing the brand at all. Ghee, atta, toothpaste. Yes. Toothpaste is the most common product where we do not change the products easily, brand easily. And also about the salt. If you're using a Tata salt at home, try to get a new salt and give it to your mother. She will not at all entertain it because they exactly know how much Tata salt is needed for that particular dish to be tasty. If you're giving a different salt getting in, that might really change how much has to be taken. So it depends upon how much you're doing. So it becomes so much difficult for a customer to for advertiser, for a company to make sure that switching is happening from one company to another company. That the ads that I've taken here examples are of Jio and Airtel. So what happened when Jio came into the market? It said it's free data, and after some time, during some months back, it said that Jio is going to charge to other networks. Reliance Jio voice calling chargeable to other networks. It suddenly put up this particular announcement that Jio to Jio is free, Jio to other networks is chargeable. So what did Airtel came up with? Airtel came up with an ad saying that free means free still means free. Enjoy unlimited calling to any other network in India. That was in the response to Jio's announcement that we are coming up where we are charging to other networks. But still, Airtel says they come up with an ad saying this. So that what is that? You are trying to acquire the customers or make sure brand switching is happening. So enjoy free calls to other networks with our truly unlimited plans. So that's how advertising can also work, where you are trying to acquiring customers of other brands. Next objectives, differentiation and value creation. You try to create a differentiation of your product with your competitor's product. Most of the time, advertisements try to tell about the product features. If an example, there is a particular uh, FMCG product, say it about a soap. So, sorry, let's take about a detergent. So they might say one company might say, try to explain only about the ingredients or what are the features of the detergent. They might try to say it has an added lemon and minerals so that it really shines and removes all the stains and dust from your clothes. But sometimes few brands use a product differentiation approach. So what do they do? That product differentiation, as you have seen many ads where you see two detergents are placed, two particular people are there side by side, two stains are shown. You know that, right? Shoe stays, and what happens immediately? In one particular detergent, the stains are totally gone. In another one, the stains are still there. They try to differentiate and create a value for your product, saying that it's really good. So many products that are there where companies come up and try to differentiate it. Even Coke and Pepsi, Cola War, they try to do it so much again and again every time over the years. Product differentiation is done by Coke and Pepsi. Every most of the ads they try to show, Coke tries to show a blue can and try to say that is not good, and the Coke is good. Pepsi tries to show a red can and says their product is good. So example that I've taken here is of a Complan. This is a controversial ad that came up few years back. See, the Complan ad directly says, "Did you know 1 cup of Complan has the same amount of protein as 2 cup of Horlicks?" You see, the Complan has a really good color, the brand logo and everything. 1 cup of Complan is 2 cup of Horlicks. They directly included the Horlicks logo here. What's happening there? They try to differentiating and telling the customers, see, this Complan is twice as good as the Horlicks. So that really created ripples in the market, and Horlicks company, they definitely sued against Complan. Everyone with me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, please. It's like online class is something like, I'm teaching to a web camera only. I'm telling only the web camera or a wall. It's so it's no it's not at all interesting at all. In the class we see everyone faces, you try to respond, you try to give answers. Here it's really tough, to get that motivation going on. Okay, see, the Coca-Cola, Toyota, Amazon are the most trusted brands in the market. No doubt these brands are almost top advertisers. These brands target value creation as well as differentiation via their advertisement campaigns. So what does Amazon do? Amazon has the most has a weapon in its arsenal, that is the Prime brand that they have, Amazon Prime. Actually, Amazon Prime is kind of a service where if you are subscribing to Prime, you get free shipping and also faster delivery. Slowly, Amazon created more value to that particular Prime customers. Instead, just giving free delivery and free and fast delivery, they added an extra thing to it. What is that? They went into competition with Netflix and started into that particular online streaming platform. It had become an online streaming platform. Now the content has become so good, the value creation has become so good that people forget what Prime was actually for, and they try to become a Prime member uh, just for their streaming platform, just for the web series that they come up with. So that's how you try to create a brand and create a value creation around it. You should be seeing, everyone should be seeing the numbers of Amazon Prime in the USA. They are exorbitant. They are about, I think they're about 40 million subscribers of Prime. That's a huge, that is 4 crores of Prime subscribers. And that's not as cheap as in India. It starts from about, I think, $5 to $10 per month. I think it's about $10 per month in USA. For in India, it's about $15 for 1 year. But in USA, it's about $10 per month. Next is brand building. Advertisement helps in building the brands for the advertisers. So brands have different objectives. Brands like P&G and HUL invest funds in building a good value. So you want to create a really good brand. Remember when Maggie was banned in India, where the highlight content was there. So advertisers try to build the brand, and then Maggie came in after 6 months with try to build a promise among its customers that they are really good. You remember Kurkure? There were so many rumors about Kurkure, isn't
Yes,
it?
sir. Plastic in it.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, there
If
was
you burn it,
plastic.
you'll find plastic.
Yeah, there's plastic in it. For that, so many people recorded videos saying that, see, I'm burning Kurkure. I'm burning kurkure. It's getting burned because there is plastic in it. So kurkure in its approach try to came up with its a new campaign, trying to refute the rumors that it has, that it does not have any kind of plastic in it. For that, they roped in Juhi Chawla. I'll be showing you the ad tomorrow. Just remind me that Kurkure ad. I'll be showing you in the class because the strength is really less today. I do not want them to miss the class. So brand building, you can see here, Lifebuoy. So how when you see this Lifebuoy ad, this is a new latest ad that is relating to the COVID. They say that Lifebuoy is the world's first to report that it's over 99.9% effective against the COVID-19 coronavirus. So that's how they're trying to sell the build the virus. Again, reiterate to the customers that we are the best brand out there. We are a really good product. And it's again effective against COVID also. Positioning the product. How are you positioning the product? Positioning is something, it's a very wide concept where you try to position the product in which way. Positioning is something where you telling the customers, does your ad tell the customers that my product is the cheapest, please go and buy my product? Are you going to tell the customers my product's quality is really good, please buy my product? Which one are you going to tell the customers? How are you going to position the product? Are you going to position the product saying that my product is better than the other product? So that's how Complan try to sell. Complan try to position itself saying that it's not trying to explain what are the features of the Complan. It's not trying to explain what are the vitamins that are there in it. It's not trying to explain what are the minerals that are there in it. It's trying to differentiate them, position them against Horlicks, saying that we are better than Horlicks. So how are you going to position the product? Depends completely upon the company, and you can do exactly with advertising. You come up with an ad telling about the price, focusing more on the price, focusing more on the quality, focusing more on trying to differentiate them yours with the competitors. I've taken the example of Kent here. You can see protect your family with doctor's number one choice, that is the RO purifiers. So it comes up with a particular Hema Malini, the brand ambassador. Safe water prevents waterborne diseases. So number one, it says that doctors' number one choice are RO purifiers. But you can see it never said. You can see the ad is so much misleading. It says protect your family with doctors' number one RO purifiers. And what does it say? Indian Medical Association never said Kent is the best RO purifier. It just said Indian Medical IMA says safe water is good for waterborne diseases. And what gives Kent helps you in giving safe water. So that's how they try to twist the facts and try to make sure they are trying to tell the customers, that a normal seeing the ad, you might just think, okay, IMA recommends Kent. So next time when you're buying a particular water purifier, why don't I take a Kent? Because it is uh, certified by IMA. Yeah. So that's how you position the product and see. So I think we are that's enough for today. It's 9:50. Let's see the rest of the objectives tomorrow. Some two or three are there, and then we move on to the next one. When is the next class? What time?
10 o'clock, sir.
10 o'clock. Okay, fine. Yeah. Okay, guys. See you all tomorrow. Hope everything is clear. If you have any kind of doubts, you can ping me on WhatsApp, ask in the group itself, or you can personally message me. I'll be sending you this particular handout in the WhatsApp immediately. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone. See you tomorrow in the next class. Bye.
Thank you, sir. Bye, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye bye, sir.
Bye, guys.
Bye, sir. Thank you.